You know, a lot of athletes, only thing, I mean, their careers are short. My career is long, and my career wasn't just inside that square circle. My real estate portfolio is unreal. If you see a lot of fighters, they can barely walk, they can barely talk, but still, you know, Floyd Mayweather has made smart moves, surrounded himself with a smart team, and I'm still making hundreds of millions. I truly, I wasn't where I wanted to be as far as with my career. I really wanted to be everywhere. I wanted the Mayweather brand to be all around the world, not just in the U.S. or not just in a certain city. I wanted to be worldwide. So to do that, I had to take a hold of my own career and become my own boss. And when I was able to do that, I talked about this on numerous different platforms. You know how I bought myself out my contract for $750,000, and then I made $750 million in 3 fights. So I'm a little different from the rest of the fighters.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. lashed out after reports claimed the IRS had seized $350 million in assets over massive debt, insisting that he is far from broke. He claimed he still generates enormous income on a daily basis, even boasting that he makes millions of dollars per day. Mayweather dismissed his critics and maintained that his financial empire remained strong despite the ongoing controversy.
I was able to make smart investments and just make, you know, like I said, hundreds of thousands and millions on a daily.
Yeah.
And today, of course, yesterday was a good day. I made $1 million yesterday.
You made $1 million yesterday?
Yeah, yes. You know, just doing a dinner.
Yeah. You say it so nonchalantly too. Yeah, I made $1 million yesterday. You know, it ain't no big deal. You know.
You know, we made $1 million yesterday. We made $1 million today. We set up, you know, another just a small deal.
Yeah.
Nothing major. Just, you know, we do dinners worldwide and we make millions just doing dinners.
Yeah. Well, if I ever have you for a dinner, I'm gonna need it to be free, man. I can't pay no $1 million. Like
we could do 100 dinners.
Yeah.
You know, at $1 million a pop. That's
Despite Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s claims, recent reports indicate that the Internal Revenue Service has filed a tax lien against him for approximately $7.3 million in unpaid taxes connected to multiple years. The Ring magazine reported on its official X account that Mayweather's planned exhibition bouts against Mike Zambides and Mike Tyson are now in jeopardy after the IRS allegedly notified him of its intention to revoke his U.S. passport due to an unresolved seriously delinquent tax debt exceeding $7.25 million. According to documents reviewed by The Ring, the situation has raised serious concerns about Mayweather's current financial standing.
It's because he's in massive debt. Again, Floyd is going broke. I told you this over multiple videos. I'm following up here to say it again. Floyd is terrible with his money. He owes a lot of people a lot of money. And I'm willing to bet that
The highly anticipated exhibition bout between Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather Jr., originally scheduled for April 25th, has already been delayed, with organizers reportedly pushing it to a later date amid ongoing uncertainty and scheduling complications.
You guys remember the supposed Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson fight? Well, that's definitely not happening. At least that's what my prediction is going to be for this. It was supposed to happen 2 days ago in the fucking Congo. And we haven't heard a peep in about a month and a half. There's a big reason why, and it's another example of Floyd Mayweather being an absolute dumbass. It continues happening. I don't understand how, but Floyd has woven himself into a contractual boa constrictor and can't get out of it. And likely the only way out is to actually fight Manny Pacquiao. I know all of this sounds crazy, but I'll explain how Floyd Mayweather has absolutely himself in big 2020.
Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s issues with the IRS have reportedly been ongoing for years. Back in 2017, he drew major attention after filing a petition to delay a tax payment tied to 2015 until after his fight with Conor McGregor, claiming he lacked sufficient liquidity despite earning hundreds of millions of dollars.
What happens is that when you become an independent contractor, Skip, if you make $230 million, they give you 2 checks or a check for $230 million. It is up to you to take out the deductions and make sure state, federal, and whatever else needs to be deducted is paid to the Internal Revenue Service. Floyd, you made $230, and I get it, Skip. I can just imagine getting a check for $230 million. Like, hold on. I ain't see IRS in that ring taking no blows. And I'm supposed to send them, yep, you're supposed to send them their cut. That's the way it works. And what
you owe them about half of that.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, he's in Nevada, so which is no state tax. So basically, all you have to do is give them their 33%.
Yeah.
Skid up. I get it, and I get the fact like all they're gonna do is waste my money anyway. But that's not the way you do it.
That is not a.
Many boxing legends have been forced out of retirement in order to deal with massive debts, and now Floyd Mayweather Jr. appears to be following a similar path. His planned rematch with Manny Pacquiao is viewed by many as a financially motivated comeback amid ongoing IRS issues and legal pressure.
Saw other greats. Joe Louis had this problem.
He did.
Sugar Ray Robinson had to come out of retirement in 55 to settle a debt with the IRS, and even Mike Tyson. But what's so disappointing with me, Skip? Floyd Mayweather has gone through this before. What is it that you don't get? And I'm even more disappointed because you're on Instagram and on Twitter flaunting your opulence. You got bales and bales of money. You might have 30, 40 racks up in front of you. You got Bugattis and Enzo Ferraris and private jets and yacht, and you big balling. And you won't cut these people their money? Now, Skip, I believe that he would have taken this fight anyway. It's hard to turn down $200, $300 million.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has earned more than $1.1 billion throughout his legendary career, with massive paydays from fights against Conor McGregor and Manny Pacquiao contributing heavily to that total. However, critics argue that his claims of generating hundreds of millions of dollars every month are exaggerated, suggesting that much of his reported wealth may be overstated.
Trust the news? There's no such thing as fake. I'm working for ESPN. We're broadcasting the Mayweather-McGregor fight live. And to this day, they will tell you that's a record. That's the biggest fight ever. That thing was sold out. That place people were dressed up as empty seats. And I mean thousands of people.
No.
I bought my mother's ticket that day. That day, my mother decides that she wants to go to the fight. So I'm in there and I'm telling the world that this place is sold out because that's what's on the screen. And I go, it's not even close. Yeah. This isn't like, it's pretty much, this isn't, there's thousands of empty seats. That was the first time that in my own life I ever just, wow, fake news is real.
Wow.
And then Mayweather and McGregor, they wanted a rematch. They were begging. They were doing more media trying to get a rematch than they did leading into the first match. And the guys that wrote the checks.
I mean, it's such two big draws. They promoted it so well.
All anybody was talking about.
Yeah, there's still a number.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter how big a draw is, there's still a number. If this guy got 100 million, this guy got 100 million, then you got to advertise it, promote it. You got to bring.
It's the guarantees that kill everything. If they were just getting percentages, then obviously everybody.
You're saying the seats were empty. I can understand it not making the money, but the seats being empty seems
peculiar.
Crazy.
Yeah, and there's nothing in the world where you have a pay-per-view hit that didn't have a live audience hit. Like if your live audience is your first focus group, isn't sold out, you didn't do pay-per-view numbers.
Sure.
But boxing will still claim that to this day. They still, to this day, claim that that's number one. And if you want to be the biggest pay-per-view in boxing history, all you have to do is...
Records indicate that Floyd Mayweather Jr. had unresolved tax liens from previous years, including a multi-million-dollar debt connected to 2010. In a petition filed with the U.S. tax court, Mayweather argued that although he possessed substantial assets, most of them were illiquid, making immediate payment difficult.
Well, listen, he apparently had a tough time reading the thing, as they say. Like he didn't know what he couldn't read. Like
that's BS.
Something
that is BS.
They said something.
Time
like
out.
That.
He is paying. I'm sure he's got a litany of people in his world.
I happen to agree.
Financial management people.
You think so?
How long before he's suing somebody for mismanagement of funds?
Listen,
you know that's happening.
You'd certainly think so. By the way, they announced. I'll get your calls in a second. They did announce the pricing for Mayweather McGregor. $100 for a high def, $90 for standard def. So there you go. So it's exactly what the Mayweather Pacquiao fight was. $100.
Roy Jones Jr. has openly suggested that Floyd Mayweather Jr. prioritized financial success over building a lasting legacy. He even pointed out that Mayweather himself admitted choosing money over legacy, reinforcing the belief that financial gain often came first in many of his career decisions.
I learned a long time ago, it wasn't about for him. It ain't about legacy. It's about currency. And he did exactly what he wanted to do. Right. So you can't be mad at him for that. But I'm not gonna tell you that. Oh, I'm gonna say, oh yeah, he the greatest fighter. No, I can't say that.
Roy Jones Jr. has argued that Floyd Mayweather Jr. changed the mindset of boxing by promoting the idea of maximizing earnings, even if it came at the expense of legacy and long-term value in the sport. According to Jones, Mayweather's approach showed fighters that financial gain could take priority over traditional greatness, championship ambition, and taking risks in major fights.